Hey, dear Tyler, good evening. How are you doing? Happy Valentine's Day to you. And I really hope that you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. For some of us, it was a Valentine alone. And honestly, it's been very frustrating. I won't lie. You know, this singlehood is just not it. I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday into this morning. We're just talking about love relationships and how things have happened, things we've gone through. It was quite enlightening. But then just the sad thing, you wake up and then you have all of these people that are just in love, and they just use today to really, really, get to you. Like, there's this my friend, this lady I know, Dr. Chichi. My goodness, no, the way she lavished love on her husband was scary, And I just sat down and I was like, how far with you now? Is there any hope for a tree? And so, I spent most of the day, taking out time to rest and just recover from loads and loads and loads of stress. But then I had an idea for my Dear Tyler episode, right? And I just want to fantasize, right, about how I would have probably spent Valentine, right? So whether if it's with my wife or girlfriend or whatever. And I hope that next Valentine I'll be able to actually do a real one, right, for you guys. But so I just thought about, okay, let imagination just kill me, Let me just play with my imagination, how things are going to be, and I'll just make it my episode. So this is my Valentine fantasy, right? My Valentine fantasy, right? Disclaimer: everything I'm about to say did not happen, right? But assume that it happened, or assume it to happen. So, in my perfect Valentine, this had to happen, right? So, there's this stuff that I do for my bae. This is almost extremely awkward. Let's go. So this is something I do for my girl. Usually every day I write little notes, because my major love language, right, is words of affirmation. And she's like a conglomerate of many love languages, right? So anyone, as long as you express it, it makes perfect sense to her. So usually I write like little notes, and I put it inside maybe her purse or bag, or I send it as like a voice note or text message or something like that to her. And what I did was I wrote down all the hours of the day, right? So we planned that we're going to, meet in the evening. So I wrote down all the hours of the day from like 6 a.m. up to like 4 p.m., right? 6 a.m. up to like 4 p.m. And every hour of the day, there was a particular note that I had written, right? So I compiled it together, put it in an envelope, and then she's meant to read it at a particular time. So last night, before we, left and all. So I'm even confused. Am I talking about my wife or my babe? Let's go with babe first. Let me not get ahead of myself. So my babe. Yeah, so back to the story. So I gave her the envelope yesterday, and I told her that she should not open the envelope until it's 6 a.m. in the morning, right? Because typically when I wake up, I do my prayers, I get ready for work and all. And so we all pray together by 6 a.m., right? Typically that's like what we do. So I told her that, okay, she should not read it till 6 a.m., right? So when we're done with the prayers and everything, so she will open it. So each of the notes are labeled, right, based on the time. So 6 a.m. note, then you got your 7 a.m. note, you got your 8 a.m. note, you got your 9 a.m. up till 6 p.m., right? Because by 7 p.m. we're meant to hang out. So each of the notes, right, is an expression of gratitude from me telling her something that I love about her, you know, appreciating her for sticking with a guy like me. I am particularly complicated, and getting into my heart is a major task. So, you know, just little love words here and there, little poems, right? And then sometimes the note is actually a reference to something else, right? So maybe she would open a particular note, maybe let's say by like 8 a.m. I'd be like, okay, log on to so stuff, right? And then once she logs in, there's a link, and then I did like a little video, you know, for her. And then maybe another one is maybe by like 10 a.m., right, while she's working. When she opens it up, like, okay, call this person, right, and give them your address. And so I'd already organized a certain vendors to, you know, just drop little gifts, you know. And I worked with some of her colleagues, the single ones, to help just do like little treasure hunts, you know, little things. Go to this particular office, do this, do that, meet this person, and they'll give you this stuff from me, right? So either it's words that are coming, she's getting a little treat, you know. It could be flowers, chocolates, it could be food, whatever it is, right, that she loves. Then around one of the things that I compiled, right, about us was all of our conversations, right? So I did all of our conversations from when we first met, right, up until the night before, right, up until the night before. Now that was kind of like hard for me to do, but I have this very good plug. In Jesus' name, let that plug really exist. So I gave him, you know, our conversations from the very first time up till the last night conversation. And I'm more of a text message kind of person. I love chatting, but in order to help me get ready for that day, the previous day I spent more time, you know, doing calls. So at around 2, you know, when she's around 1, right? So that's when she has her break, lunch break and all. So I ordered some food for her, and then all our chat conversations from the very first day up until that particular time, that was yesterday, I just compiled it into like a notebook of some sort. And so when she got her food basket, the book was there, and then, you know, just reading through. And then around like 5, you know, so, you know, close from work and all from her, and around 5 I sent a video compilation of all of our hangouts. So the first time I met her, where should I meet her? Should I meet her in church? Should I meet her in Koinonia? Anyway, we took our first picture, right, at Koinonia. Let's just leave it like that. So we took our first picture at Koinonia. I don't know if I met her at Koinonia yet, but we took our first picture at Koinonia. And then, so I, you know, started doing like a little timeline, different pictures, just different memories. There was one time that she was sick, and then, you know, I went over to her place, you know, made food for her, did some other stuff, you know, just teased her a bit. And then so it's just like a little video, kind of a compilation of the pictures and all, right? And then one major gift that I was able to get her, so from those pictures, right, compilations, right, we did like a composite of it. We did like a composite of the pictures, and when you combine all the pictures together, it's actually a big portrait of the both of us, right? So the graphics guys, I don't know how they did it, but they were able to make all our pictures, like after we combined every single picture of us, right? It was a picture of me and her together, right? And so that was delivered like around 5, because we're going to hang out by 6. So that was like all to whet the appetite for our dinner. The appetite for our dinner. Now, I don't have a car yet, and so I could not pick her up. But what I did was that I ordered a luxury car, right? A luxury car. So throughout all the day, having our little conversations, chipping in little love words here and there, being all mushy, and then tormenting the singles on WhatsApp and social media, So I ordered a ride for her. So got rented a car, right? So there's a driver picking her up to the place where we're going to have dinner, right? Now, the place that we're having dinner, I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's the 6, Love It 6 or something. Anyway, it's owned by a friend of mine, right? Not Femi. Oh God, forgot his name. But yeah, the 6 Love It or so. Yeah. One of the Lawsons, right? Cool guy. So I booked a very private place for us, right? So it's just us, the chef, and then like TV, Netflix, and also so the chauffeur comes, picks her up, right? Picks her up, and picks her up with flowers, and also she gets flowers. And so as she gets to the door, like gets to the restaurant and all, there are a bunch of people like just waiting, and then I get to play my favorite song for her. So I like pre-recorded a song, right, for her, right, and the song that I wrote that she really 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 loves. So I now started singing it, or it's it's playing at the background and all, right, but it's pre-recorded. And so she's just walking in, and then as they just opened the door, I'm standing there, right, and we just smile, we hug, get all mushy, laugh, just crack our little jokes. And so we get to sit down. Now we're not seated on a table. We remove the whole table thing, so it's just the floor, bean bags, and then in front of the television, right? So the chef is behind, preparing all the meals and all. And so we just sit down, we talk, share stuff about the day, how the day went, and just the little things that she enjoyed, from my own personal gifts of Valentines to her. And within that setting, she like brings out a gift. So I love perfumes and all of that. So she gets me a beautiful perfume, gets me some other nice stuff, And now remember, I told you that I love notes, right? I told you that I love notes. And what she did was that she compiled a reply, right, to every single note that I gave. And she said that I was going to do the same thing the next day. So like tomorrow now, I've got my envelope here and it's like timed. And she told me that she's, first of all expressing her love and gratitude for me. But then she's also, she wrote inside each of those notes how much she admires me, just some inspirational words here and there, and legit toasting, so but so I got it, kept it, and then we started, just having conversations, and then eating food, laughing, cracking jokes, doing little videos here and there, teasing each other, just having fun. And then we now ask, once we're done with the whole food, once we've gotten our dessert and all, the chef can now go. Bye-bye, it's time. Leave us alone. and so we dim the light. So part of the environment in that the Love It Six Love It's, I think that's the name, is that the ceiling can be turned into like a starry night. So we switch off the lights, put candles around, and then up on the ceiling, the starry night effect is now put on. And so we now put the movie together. And definitely it's not a romance movie, it's a comedy movie, because we're not out to be admiring other people's love life, right? So we're trying to catch fun. So we just, place is cold now, AC and everything, and so we cuddle up, and we are there's like a duvet, so on like numerous bean bags just lie down together. Her head, right, she just rests her head on my shoulder, and then we're just watching the movie, laughing, and then after the whole movie, the TV, we don't turn the TV off, so it's just the candles, and then the starry night scene, and then I get to look into her eyes and begin to just express my heart to her and tell her how much she means to me, and how grateful I am to her for coming over to my rescue because of the things that I've gone through. I don't mince my words. I give my full, I'm pouring it out in its fullness, right? No bars held at all. No bars held at all. I'm just expressing myself non-stop through her and telling her how much she means to me, right? And so she's emotional, right? So she has all this energy, very crazy girl, right? A lot of energy, fire mama and all, but very emotional, and she just starts to cry, expresses herself. And do we share a kiss? Brother Binga. Hey. I don't know, maybe let's just leave it out, so that brethren will not get any jiggy in that. This is like, bros, how far? And also, once we're now done, still taking our pictures, just having fun. The ride comes back, and then, we head over to her place. But then one thing that we decide to do is that we stop at the gate of her estate. So we're not taking the car in, just in order to still catch, the last moments of the night and everything. And then, so her hand in mine, and her head still rested on my shoulder. As we know, we're just walking and we're just gisting. We're talking about how beautiful our family is going to be, and my intentions to get married. Just all the plans and everything. She now begins to tell me, okay, during our wedding we have to do this, so we got to do this. And I'm like, but we also have to, just catching our little cruise, being married before we're married. And then I walk her to her door. And then one last time, I give her a godly embrace. You guys should allow me to kiss her now, bye. Shibi? Hey, we're getting married. And then, I get back home. I have to order my ride now. As far I don't have car, but I order my ride. I get back home, and then we talk through the night. Video call here and there. We talk through the night. Just appreciating each other and having fun. And yeah, that's how the Valentine basically went. So that's like, for me, I definitely got like gifts and all, but I don't think I'm that creative to come up with things like that. But I wish I could get someone to do like a reply for it. But yeah, so that's how I spent my live Valentine, right? And it was beautiful. It was a really, really beautiful experience. And like I said, I really do hope that my next Valentine will be a true story. So I really hope you enjoyed this particular episode, and I hope you enjoyed living in my imagination for a while. Right, so remember that I love you, I believe in you, and I'm always rooting for you, Tyler. Right? Please pray for me. Let me fall in love, right? Before my birthday. Yay. Take care. Bye.